Hey everybody, this is Megan White, and I'm going to work or show you how to do the frequency distributions. So to begin for this week, I've already got my Excel sheet pulled up, and I've got the data set from higher education. It's the last one, and it's basically retention rates from students and the decisions that they chose or the reasonings that they chose for either dropping out, withdrawing, whatever it was. So to begin, I've already got data analysis downloaded from week one, but I'm going to look at column C for my data. So I'm going to first, I'm going to copy and I'm going to move it to a new sheet. So we just have that we're looking at. And from there, I am going to go ahead and do a formula for our min and max. So for our min, I'm going to put an open parentheses, select all of my data, close parentheses. So 28 is the lowest, and our max, open parentheses, the same data, and another closed parentheses. So the max is 84. I'll go ahead and label that. So we've got min 28, max of 84. So, like I said, what this is say reasoning for students or student reasonings for retention. And what I'm going to do, our min is going to be 28. So the range I'm going to look at would be from about 21 to 30. The next one would be 31 to 40 and so on. So we're going to consecutively go down the list here. 51 to 60, 61 to 70, 71 through 80, and then 81 through 90. The last one covers our max, our 84. So to do this, we have to have our bins. And one of the videos Dr. Cooper had it said, like, you can visualize bins as like filling up each category or each bin with your data information, which was helpful for me understanding how this works. Our bins is going to be the maximum of each set. So we're going to go ahead and move these over. Okay. So I'm going to go first to my data tab. I'm going to do two data analysis. So I'll start with, I'm going to go to data analysis and I'm going to choose the histogram. I'm just going to do the frequency of this. So I'm going to click OK. And to start with, I'm going to delete both of these. I've been testing with it. So the input range is going to be our data. So I'm going to go back over here and select column A. Go back and I've got my information there, and I do have labels checked because I want it to have a label. And then the next is going to be the bin range. I go back up here and select my bin. And then that's all I want because I don't want to chart right now. We haven't gone that far, but I do want it to go into a new worksheet. So I've got my information here. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it's going to give me the frequency. So we see there's 5 times that there were at least 30 students who chose financial issues, at least 13 times that at least 40 were chosen, and then so on, 12, 8, 11, 13, and 2. So that is the frequency of this data selection set. And then I'm also going to go back to my worksheet over here. And the next thing I'm going to do is the statistics, our min, our max, our median for all of our information. So I'm going to go back to data analysis and click descriptive statistics, click OK. Go ahead and delete just in case. My input range is going to be the same exact information. Button. I want to do group by columns because I'm obviously choosing column A. I want a new worksheet. And then I want to click on the summary statistics. And then I'm going to click OK. And then my new worksheet gives me all from this spreadsheet, column C, financial. And it gives me everything right here. So the mean of all of that information will be 54.28. Expand this. Standard error about 2.17 in an error margin. The median is 54. The mode is 79. So basically, the majority or the mode of everything that was chosen in that financial range was about 79 students. Standard deviation 17. We go down here to the min and max, which we did that on our own, the 28 and the 84. The range is 56. So when we're looking at our information from this data set, even though if you look right here, financial, there were 79 times that was chosen in transfer. A lot of things that I noticed in this data that financial and transfer or financial and academic difficulty, they kind of coincided together, but there's reasons for that, obviously. So when we're looking at everything, financial was the majority of the time, financial had the highest number of students selecting a reason for withdrawing, dropping, or just not returning or not taking a course. We do have gaps in our data to know what we're talking about, but this information from the statistics lets us know, like I said, the mean, the median, the range, the minimum and the maximum, but our frequency distribution here for each group of how many times a student chose financial reasons is going to tell us this right here. And also it coincides with the year that we're looking at. As you see, we have from fall 21 to fall 24 in each college. And it's interesting to see basically post-COVID, what reasons after 2020 when everybody was thrust into the pandemic, COVID emergency funds, higher education schools, we had funds that students could apply for and were given, whether that was for paying tuition or just living expenses. So it's interesting to see how this trend goes up and then it's back down and then it goes back up in the year 2024. We could assume or relate to economic reasons. So that is our financial frequency statistics for this week. And that is it. Thank you.